14.2 Designing Exercise Programs. Client 1 6-week exercise program. For the PAR-Q, I asked the client if he had any heart problems, high blood pressure, asthma, diabetes, high cholesterol, family history of coronary heart disease, whether he's been advised not to exercise by a doctor or GP, and whether he has any current or recent injuries. The answer to all of these was no, except for current or recent injuries. The client currently has an injury in his right ankle, which may affect his schedule if pushed too hard. I've told the client to let me know if there's any pain, as I have alternative plans that can be used. The client also has an abnormally high heart rate of 74 beats per minute, which is slightly above average, nothing too worrying, but the blood pressure reading showed to be normal, and due to the amount of exercise he does, I believe the heart rate should be much lower. I told the client to let me know if he feels any tightness in his chest, feels sick, or if any other problems with his heart occur during exercise. Meanwhile, I'll refer him to GP and suggest he has a heart rate monitor to monitor the decrease in heart rate throughout the 6-week program and how his heart rate changes during exercise. This is the lifestyle questionnaire. So the client profile. The client's name is Leo Weedham. He's 17. He doesn't smoke, drink, or have any history of coronary heart disease in his family. He goes to college, plays football, and has a regular sleep pattern. He doesn't enjoy fast food and tends to eat healthy when possible due to football commitments, and he doesn't have any allergies. Barriers to exercise would be the injury in his right ankle. And exercise interests, he says he doesn't have any preferences. He's open to all types of training, and he goes to the gym regularly and also runs 5k. Client's targets. The client and I agreed that after 3 weeks his flexibility, balance and power will have increased. The client and I agreed that after 6 weeks he should experience a gain in muscular hypertrophy and power, and the main goal is to gain muscle, still be efficient whilst playing, which these minor goals will help to achieve. Sport activities. Football players need to have high amounts of muscle to have power, speed and endurance. Components of fitness is improve power and cardiovascular endurance and speed. Energy system. The main system being used throughout football is the aerobic glycolysis, but the lactic energy system will also be used. The muscle groups is mainly the lower body to generate power, but we'll also need core and upper body for stability and control of the ball. And we measured it using a vertical jump mat and dial with a score of 44 centimeters at the start. Client 1, week 1. The client has college from 8 till 3:45. The client does not have a football game on this day and is able to go to the gym after college. As the main goal is to develop muscle mass, I believe the client should do between 8 to 10 reps with 2 to 3 sets, with 3 different exercises in the workout for each muscle group. The client should be working at 50 to 75% of his 1 rep max, according to Charlotte Boy, 2007. The warm-up should consist of some dynamic or static upper body stretches in order to prepare the muscles being used in the circuit. The client should have a rest of 90 seconds between each set and 150 seconds between each super or tricep. This will be a bicep and tricep workout. And an example of this workout would be a barbell curl with 3 sets and 8 reps, tricep dumbbell kickbacks with 3 sets and 10 reps, dumbbell alternative bicep curl with 3 sets and 8 reps, cable hammer curls 3 sets and 10 reps, lying tricep press 3 sets and 8 reps, triceps overhead extension 3 sets and 10 reps. For Tuesday, because of the workout on the prior day, I would suggest cardiovascular training, such as a jog before college, due to its late start. I believe the client should do a 5k jog in the early morning, such as 7 or 8, as it will give him time to recover before college. If the client continues to do this every week, it will eventually improve CV endurance, which will later help him in games as he can continue for longer times with less fatigue, improving efficiency. As this only consists of running, client does not need a specific plan, but should aim to complete a mile every 8 minutes in order for his 5k time to be under 25 minutes. If already too easy for the client, as he already does 5k quite regularly, the client should aim for sub 22 minutes, which would be about 7 minutes and 20 seconds per mile, and is considered elite. Wednesday. Client has college from 8:30 to 11:45. The client has had 2 previous days of moderate and high intensity exercise, and also has training the next day, and therefore I would recommend that the client tries to improve his balance and his flexibility, as prior tests showed that balance was poor and flexibility can be improved on. It also gives the client the chance to get any lactic acid out of his body. Stretches should be held for 30 seconds to get the full range of movement at the joint. Balance can be improved on by using a balance ball or going through the different tests with the gold standard Berg balance test. On Thursday, the client has college from 12:30 till 2. After college, the client has training at 5, and therefore I would not recommend any exercise in between these times. Before college, I would recommend to the client either a 5k jog without trying to beat a certain time, as he may build lactic acid if trying to do this, and instead working at his own pace to complete it around 7 or 8 in the morning, allowing for time to recover before training. Friday, client has college from 8 till 12. The client again has training at 6 p.m. The client has training at 6 p.m. and a game the next day. Therefore, I would not recommend doing any exercises on this day, and instead allowing for recovery. This would again involve improving flexibility and balance by stretching, whilst holding each stretch for 15-30 seconds, and using different tests from the Berg balance test to improve balance. Football game. The client has a football game at 2 p.m. Therefore, I would not recommend any exercise beforehand. The game will likely finish at 4 p.m. or later. Despite this, I would recommend no exercise on this day for the client, and instead allow for rest and completion of work that needs to be finished for college. Sunday. Because the client has had time to rest on the Saturday post his football game, I'd recommend a high intensity gym session, as the main goal is to increase muscle, and the client has not trained for muscular hypertrophy for about 5 days now. The client should be working at 50 to 75% of his 1 rep max, according to Charlotte Boys 2007. The warm-up may consist of either stretches or a jog, as both will be sufficient for warming up the leg muscles. I believe the workout should consist of exercising with 4 to 3 sets and 6 to 10 reps. This will be a lower body workout. An example of this would be Romanian deadlifts with 3 sets and 12 reps, standing calf raises of 4 sets and 12 reps, leg extension with 3 sets and 10 reps, squats with or without weights with 2 sets and 8 to 10 reps, and without weights 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps, and leg press of 2 sets and 8 to 10 reps. This will involve different foot positions as well, therefore he would also need to do the same 2 sets but with more reps of 10 to 12. Just with the leg press, you should start with his legs inside and then outside. Monday. Client has not had a rest day since Saturday and doing high intensity anaerobic exercise the day prior, and therefore I'd recommend that the client is given a rest day. On this rest day, the client should improve flexibility and balance just as last week. This will involve the client stretching for 15 to 30 seconds and improving balance by using any of the available tests from the Berg balance test and keeping balance for 1 minute, and doing the same on the other leg for equal stability. The client has trained on Tuesday, college, 3:50 till 5. The client has training on this day that starts at 7 p.m. Therefore, I'd recommend cardiovascular training beforehand. Again, I'd recommend a 5k jog, with the client aiming for a time of 22 minutes due to his regular runs. The client has an overall goal of being more efficient whilst playing football, and therefore cardiovascular hypertrophy will help to be less fatigued whilst playing football. By aiming for this goal, there may be parts of the run where the client will be working using the lactic energy system, which is expected, but will also simulate a game situation as different energy systems are used during the game. Wednesday, college from 8:30 to 11:45. The client has no training on this day and a short day of college, and therefore has an opportunity to go to the gym after college. The client should be working at 50 to 75% of his 1 rep max, according to Charlotte Boys 2007. I would recommend training shoulders and chest with between 3 to 4 sets and 8 to 12 reps. The warm-up should consist of a light stretch of the whole body, as there will be other muscles used to support the working muscles. Rest between sets should last for 90 seconds or less, whilst only resting between supersets or trisets. An example of the workout the client can do is this is a chest and shoulder workout, by the way. An example of the workout the client can do is a diamond push-ups with 4 sets and 12 reps, bench press of 3 sets and 8 reps, pectoral flies with 3 sets and 12 reps, dumbbell shoulder press with 4 sets and 8 reps, push press with 3 sets and 10 reps, seated dumbbell shoulder raise of 3 sets and 8 reps. College from 12:30 to 2. The client should rest, as the day prior he did a high intensity exercise and the next day the client has a football game. Therefore, I would recommend a rest day of improving flexibility, balance, and also doing some football skill related work. An example of this may be going to the park to practice precision on passes, or practicing shooting by taking some free kicks. Flexibility and balance will be the same as Monday, which will involve the client stretching for 15 to 30 seconds and improving balance by using any available test from the Berg balance test and keeping balance for 1 minute. Doing the same on the upper leg for equal stability. Friday, college from 8:30 to 11:45. The client has a football game on this day at 6 p.m. The game will likely not finish until 8 p.m. and the client will not have enough time to recover beforehand, and therefore I would not recommend any exercises on this day. Instead, after college, again, skill-related work that will relate to the game, such as practicing control of the ball or shooting the ball from places that he would usually shoot from in a game, but again to also stretch before the game. Today, the client has training on this day early in the morning from 9:30 till 10:30 and therefore has an opportunity to train later on in the day. After training, I would recommend the client does a 5k jog. This will help the client to gain cardiovascular endurance, which will make him less fatigued in the game and will therefore improve his efficiency, which was another of the client's goals. Just like Tuesday, the client should be aiming for 22 minutes, which may cause him to change from energy systems, which helps because it may simulate a game situation. The client should not do this for any longer than 10 seconds or just enough to complete the lap in under 7 minutes and 20. As he's changing in energy systems throughout the run, the client will need to stretch after the exercise to get rid of any lactic acid that may have been built up during. Sunday. The client has a football game the next day that starts in the evening. Therefore, I believe there will be enough time for the client to recover from anaerobic exercise. The client should be working at 50 to 75% of his 1 rep max. According to Charlotte Boys, I would recommend the client working on back, shoulders and abs with between 3 to 4 sets and 8 to 12 reps. The warm-up should consist of a dynamic stretch, with each stretch being held for 10 seconds before starting. Rest between sets should last for 90 seconds as there are no trisets being done. This workout may be reverse fly machines of 4 sets and 10 reps, dumbbell shrugs of 4 sets and 10 reps, barbell rows of 3 sets and 8 reps, clean and press of 4 sets and 12 reps, deadlifts of 3 sets and 10 reps, and ab crunches of 3 sets and 40 reps.